and we can learn. And so this is always a little risky, and we're going to get a microphone up here even so some of the kids can be heard for sure. I've got Lucas and maybe Jeffrey on board to be our kind of news reporters here. So we'll see how that goes. But it's Luke 24, so we're finishing the series in Luke that I've been in for. I think I just counted 63 sermons in Luke, so longest ever I stayed like that. But we've spread it out. Oh, Alice, wonderful. Okay, come on up here. All right. I wasn't sure I'd get Alice back from the sunrise service here. Yes, don't look at that yet. That's a surprise for a little bit later. Yeah, that's too hard to resist now. So, but we're going to see how right on that day of the resurrection, Jesus was encouraging his people to piece things together. Piece the good news of Jesus together. Piece it together. And it comes a little bit at a time in all different ways. So that's what the kids are going to show us today. And what I hope we all pick up on, of course, is that we need to see the different pieces coming to us and then that we learn who Jesus is because of that. So today is the day we're going to do that. So we're going to start out by acting out the story of the first part of the resurrection here. So let's see. I need some women that are going to go to the tomb, and they're going to start out right here. Aiden, I have a real job for you here. Can you come up here and help me? Aiden, you get to be Peter. You get to be Peter. So when I say what Peter does, you can do what Peter does. You'll know what that is. So Peter, for right now, is over there. Okay? Christian, you going to jump in here? No? Maybe I'll make Gracie one of my reporters. I have the teenagers all set up for that, and they're kind of... Oh, there's Lucas. Lucas is back there, too. Well, we don't need a reporter for this one. For this one, we're just going to act out the parts. So let's see. I need... Okay, there, the women. Oh, let's see. Come on, I need some more kids. Hey, Christian, how about you want to be an angel? You get to shine bright lights at everybody. Okay? And you'll do great at this. So you're over here. Oh, we need all the kids. Come on up here, kids. You can be a part of it. Go over there with Peter. Go over there with Aiden because he's kind of lonely right now, so he needs more people. And we're going to rearrange this a bit for our props here. So go ahead and scoot back a little bit more. You're going to be inside the hole there. There you go. There we go. And when I say you're going to pull those flashlights, okay? They'll come on automatically. Okay, this is all going to be creative. Okay. Oh yeah. Let's see. Over there with your brother. No. Alice is going to help. That's all right. Oh, okay. And here's my box of props, which is really fun. And you girls get to have thank you to Kathy. She's the scarf lady at our house. And so, how about red? Do you want red? Oh, you love red. I thought you might. Okay. Oh, you know what? Go over there. There's our makeup people right there. Let them show you how you wrap a scarf on your head. Yes, come on up. Your brother needs you over there. You over there with the whole crew. Not yet. Yeah, not yet. Over there with your brother. And here's our spices. We got spices in our story. All right. As we get set there. There is going to be something fun. Oh, there you go, Alice. There you are. Now, originally there were 4, so we had room for more kids, but nobody else seems to be available here. A lot of families were at the early sunrise service, which was really fun. But I know the Kisners had to do something, and the Brants are up in Oroville with Daniel's family and things like that. So there you go. Okay. Now, now I'm going to read this, and you guys get to do exactly what it says there. And you'll see how this goes. I'll give you some directions as we go along here. This is from the version called The Message. You help each other. That's good. Nice helping. Ow. On your head? Oh, I see. You have something. Okay. Oh, extra stuff. Okay. Here we go. Are you going to film this a little bit, Gabe? Oop, we're losing our disciples. That's what happens. Just like real life. Okay, here we go. Okay, at the crack of dawn on Sunday, The 4 women, well, you've got 2 in here, they came to the tomb carrying spices. So pick up your spices. And our tomb is over here where Christian is, okay? It was kind of a tunnel. It was kind of a cave. So come on over here and stand right in front of the cave for right now. Christian's almost ready to do his part. Okay, so you came to the tomb with your spices. Show us your spices. Okay, not exactly what they had, but that's okay. And they found the entrance stone had been rolled away. And so they walked in. Okay, go on inside there where Christian is. But they didn't see anybody there, and they couldn't find the body of their master Jesus. They were puzzled. Here, turn towards us and look puzzled. Give us a puzzled look. Okay, puzzled look. Puzzled. Oh, okay. Okay, then out of nowhere, it seemed, a man with light cascading all over him stood there. Okay, turn on the light. Pull out the lights. Just pull them out. They'll come on. And flash them. Here you go. Blind us with them. There you go. Point them at everybody. There we go. Show everybody out there. Yes. Okay. And the women were awestruck. Now you're awestruck. Surprised. Surprised. Amazed. Not totally afraid, but kind of. Okay. Good. Okay. And they bowed down. Get down on your knees okay, because he's an angel. Christian's an angel today. And he said, "Why are you looking for the living one in the cemetery? He's not here. He's raised up. Remember how he told you when you were still in Galilee? He'd be handed over to sinners and be killed, and then he'd become alive again." So, grab your spices again. And then you left the tomb. Leave the tomb now. And you're going to go over there. Oh, we lost some of our disciples again. Okay, Aiden Peter is waiting carefully. So go all the way over there to where Aiden is. So they left the tomb. Okay, Angel, you can plug back into the light. Thank you, Christian. So they went over there and they found the other disciples, like Aiden is. And with the rest of them, they went over there. And they told them about the angels. Pretend you're telling him about the angels. Okay? But they didn't believe you. They didn't believe anything you said. But Peter, Aiden, jumped up, and got to his feet, and he ran to the tomb, over the steps even. Nice job. Okay. And he looked inside, but nothing was there. And he was puzzled. Give us your puzzled look out here. Okay. Yeah. What the heck? What happened? Okay. Very good. Okay. There we are. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Go on back down. I'm gonna use you again in just a minute here. Okay. Everybody, back to your seat there. Put your props back here. Thank you. I'm going to call you up 2 more times, and you're going to get something, and you're going to get to make a lot of noise outside at the end of all this. What? Let's have your scarves back. Go ahead and give your scarves back to Kathy there, okay? So they belong to her. Okay, guys, go back to your mom and dads. Go back to your parents, and I'll call you right back here in a second here. We have another thing to do here. So the fact that the tomb is empty is really an established historical fact. In fact, the most famous book is written by a lawyer who tried to disprove the resurrection, and the evidence is there. The evidence is there. So that's a historical fact. So that's where we start, is just to look into the empty tomb of Jesus. That's the basic message of Easter. Look, he's not there. What are you going to do about that? What does it mean to you that he's not there? That he's not dead anymore. So that was at the tomb. Now we're going to take a walk. And we're going to take a walk this way. Okay, kids, come on back up here. Kids, come on up here and sit on the steps here for me. We're kind of taking a walk. You're going to get something this time that's kind of a prize. Thank you, Christian. Okay, so they take a walk. This is what they really do. The road to Emmaus, it's called. The same day, 2 of them were walking to the village of Emmaus, about 7 miles away. This is an elevation of Jerusalem, and Emmaus also. This is about walking from here down to Los Gatos, If you can imagine that. So that's kind of the parallel there. So they're on this long walk, it says, and they were deep in conversation, going over all these things that had happened in the middle of their talk and their questions. Jesus came up and walked along with them, but they were not able to recognize who he was. So Jesus joins the group, can't tell they can't see that it's really Jesus. So Jesus says to them, "What's this you're discussing so intensely as you walk along?" And they just stood there, long-faced, like they had lost their best friend. And then one of them, with the name of Cleopas, said, "Are you the only one in Jerusalem who hasn't heard that what happened during the last few days?" And he said, "What has happened?" And they said, "The things that had happened to Jesus, the Nazarene. He was a man of God, a prophet, dynamic in work and word, blessed by God, both and by the people and by God. Then our high priests and leaders betrayed him, got him sentenced to death, and crucified him. And we had our hopes up that he was the one about to deliver Israel. And it is now the third day since it happened, but now some of our women," remember the women there? Yeah, some of them said that they'd seen a vision of angels. And they said he was alive. And some of our friends went off to the tomb and checked, like Peter, Aiden did, and found it empty. And they didn't see Jesus anywhere. Then Jesus says, "You thick-headed people, so slow-hearted, why can't you simply believe all that the prophets said? Don't you see that these things had to happen, that the Messiah had to suffer, and only then enter into his glory?" Then he started at the beginning of the books of the Bible and went on through all the prophets and pointed out everything the Scriptures talked about. So that was the walk they took. And they were talking about Jesus getting out of the grave, out of the tomb here. Let's talk about what's something you guys were searching for. I know some of you were searching for this morning. Out in the woods, what did you look for? Eggs. Yes, eggs are a lot to do with it. So, but there's a real thing about eggs. Let me tell you about the eggs. Of course, what is born inside of the egg and comes out in a real egg? A chicken. Very good. You have chickens still? Oh, did you used to have chickens? Oh, I thought you did. Okay. Aiden has chickens sometimes? Okay, good. Okay, well, here's an interesting thing about chickens. Go ahead and show them the picture of the chicken there. Look at this chicken. Some of you can read. Alice, can you read what it says there, pointing at his beak? It's kind of a silly one. Christian, can you read it? Egg tooth. Yes, egg tooth. I didn't know this about eggs. Or you guys might know this. So here's what happens in the egg as things approach. Now, these are eggs. Of course, the eggs you get in the store don't have any chickens inside. We've made eggs in the store just for us to eat. But if you have chickens that want to have baby chicks, here's what happens. There's the egg, and what they do is they turn around inside of the egg and get up here to the big part. Hold on, Caitlin. They get around here to the fat part because there's a little pocket of air in there, a little pocket of air for them to breathe. And just before that, they start growing this special thing on their beak called an egg tooth. Right. What do they need an egg tooth for? Well, because they're going to start pecking away at that egg because they've got to peck over and over and over and over again to break out of the egg, right? Right? So that's what they've got to do. Otherwise, they won't live. They have to get out of the egg. If they run out of air, they need to come out and live, start being a chicken. So they break out of the egg. Now, what is that like? What is that like about the real Easter? Who broke out of something? The chicken? No, it wasn't a chicken that broke out. Who broke out of? Jesus broke out of the tomb. We can think of it that way, right? He got out. So it is. So even an Easter egg is kind of a picture of the real story of Easter, where you get out of it. Yes, Caitlin? Huh? Oh, we need our microphone. Lucas, why don't you start out as the first news reporter here? Bring it up here. I'm sorry, I forgot about amplifying the kids here for you that aren't close enough to hear all this. You're thinking, Caitlin?
And also, some eggs have dinosaurs in them.
Okay. And I bet you a dinosaur grows Egg tooth, too. They got to get out of there somehow, maybe, huh? Okay, so here's what I... Yeah, go ahead.
Everything in an egg has to break out.
Everything in the egg has to what?
Break out.
Break out. Okay. Or else it can't live. Right. It grows in the egg until it's ready, then it has to break out. Oh, that's kind of like Jesus too, right? He grew here on earth. He died on the cross. He went into the grave, and then he broke out. Okay. Go ahead and interview some people.
So, when chickens hatch, it takes a long time.
It does. If I remember my third grade science or whatever that was, 21 days. Does that sound right for Carrie? You're our chicken expert right now. 21 days? Okay. All right. Yes.
And also, the dinosaur, it grows out of the egg.
Yeah.
So it comes out, like, for a lot of minutes to hatch out, and the dinosaur grows.
Okay. Yeah, reptiles come out of eggs too. Yeah, good science. Good science. Now, each one of you is going to get an egg. Now, there's no candy in this because I know a lot of you had candy. But instead, there is something that I'm wearing. What's that? Temporary tattoo. And each one of them has 3 different ones in it. So, all you have to do to put on the tattoo, those parents that don't know how this works, and I tested this out to be sure, is all you have to do is put it face down on their skin, and then with a wet paper towel, hold it there for 30 seconds, and there it is. It'll stick. This stuck with me overnight. It's like that. So there's paper towels and water in the bathrooms because I want the kids to come back with their tattoo on somewhere. Pick one out. You don't have to do all 3 if you want to save them. But every one of these has 3 choices in it. So you get to come back with a mark on there because I'm going to tell you what that means too. Okay? So they listened to Jesus explain everything, and that was part of learning the puzzle and Jesus breaking out of the egg. So here, come by here. I'll give you an egg, and you go back to your mom and dad, and you guys are excused to go put on your tattoos, okay? No, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. And I've got plenty of these, too. If any of you have other kids you're going to see today, you're welcome to take these. And they're tattoos. They're not candy. So, Katrine was right. Too much candy today is not a good thing. So we have tattoos there. So while the kids are doing that, let's talk about the next scene. The next scene here. So Jesus has walked with them, and they've come to their destination. They've walked from the summit down to Los Gatos. Now what's going to happen? So they came to the edge of the village where they were headed. And he acted as if he were going on, but they pressed him. Stay, have supper with us. It's nearly evening. The day is done. So he went in with them, and here is what happened. He sat down at the table with them. Taking the bread, he blessed and broke it, and he gave it to them. At that moment, they opened their eyes, wide-eyed opened, and they recognized him. And then he disappeared. Back and forth they walked. Didn't it feel like our hearts were on fire when he was talking to us and he opened the Bible to us? So, I'm sorry, Kim, I kind of skipped by that one there. The walk was about listening to God, because Jesus explained it all. So we listen to God. That's our good Bible study that we all do, we all believe in here. But this is about them being willing to really, really want to know Jesus. They wanted him to stay at the meal, to have a meal with them. And a meal would have been a very close social thing. There was an African meal there. That you saw in the picture, that's how they do it. And that's much more like they did then. They all gathered around, they're elbow to elbow. They're eating out of a common bowl. All these things are happening. All right, Alice. Wait there until I call you back up, though, okay? So there are these special moments when you and I think, like the disciples, have to look at things and say, well, do I really want? I want Jesus to stay with me. I just want him. That's all I want. That's all they wanted, was to have Jesus stay with them. They just, something like they said, they couldn't put their finger on it yet, but it was like something was happening inside. And that's another kind of piece of the puzzle, right? That we go along through life when we hit those moments where, the only thing I really need is I need to connect with God here. I need something. And I'm feeling drawn to something. I don't know exactly what it is, but there's something about this Jesus, something about God that is touching me right now. So that's another part of the puzzle, is we have to really want to know Jesus as a part of the puzzle. If we don't want to know, we'll be like the crowd that just goes on into the next happy moment, the next spectacle. But instead, if we really want to know, then this is what will happen next. And the kids are going to help me talk about this too. The next scene here, verse 36, if you're following along. So they didn't waste a minute. They were up, and these are the two guys in Emmaus, remember. They were up and on their way back to Jerusalem, and they found the 11 and their friends gathered together, talking about talking away. It really happened. The Master has raised up. Simon Peter saw him. And the two of them went out over everything that had happened on the road and how they recognized him when he broke the bread. And while they were saying all this, Jesus appeared to them and said, "Peace be with you." But they thought they were seeing a ghost. And they were scared half to death, and he continued with them, "Don't be upset. Don't let doubting questions take over. Look at my hands. Look at my feet. It's really me. Touch me. Look me over from head to toe. A ghost does not have muscle and bone like this." And as he said, he showed them his hands and his feet, and they still couldn't believe it. They couldn't believe what they were seeing. It was too much. It seemed too good to be true. And he asked, "Do you have food here?" They gave him a piece of leftover fish they had cooked. He took it and ate it before their eyes. Then he said, "Everything I told you while I was with you comes to this. All the things written about me in the law of Moses, in the prophets, and in the Psalms have to be fulfilled." He went on to open their understanding to the Word of God, showing them how to read their Bibles this way. He said, "You can see now how it is written that the Messiah suffers, rises from the dead on the third day, and then a total life-changing through the forgiveness of sins is proclaimed in his name to all nations, starting from here, from Jerusalem. You're the first to hear it and see it. You're the witnesses. What comes next is very important. I am sending what my Father promised to you. So stay here in the city until he arrives, until you're equipped with power from on high." So they're talking with their friends. So they've taken a walk. Now they're talking to their friends, trying to figure out this puzzle. Everybody's got their tattoo. Come on up here. Everybody got their little part there. And sit on the steps here, please. Sit on the steps. Oh, you use the big one right there. Okay, on the steps, please. Go back on the steps a little bit. I need a little more room because I'm going to change this here so everybody can see it. All right. Back on the steps. Back on the steps because we want the audience to see it, okay? We've got to think about our audience when we're doing this. Okay. So I want to hear some guesses here. What do you think this puzzle is about? Animals. Okay, about God. That's probably a good guess since we're in church. Let me give you each a piece here. Remember, tell Lucas what your guesses are. What does your piece tell you? That's okay. I got plenty. What does your piece tell you? What do you think? Look at your piece. What does your piece tell you?
My piece tells me it doesn't fit.
No, what's on it? That's what I'm asking here. What is on it? What's on the piece? Christian, here you go. What's on your piece? Don't put any on here yet. We need to talk about them yet. Huh? Tell us what they are. What do you think the puzzle's about? You said animals?
Animals and God.
Animals and God. Okay. Anybody else look at your piece and see something? Okay. Well, let's see if we can build the picture here. Here, I've got one. Everybody has one with water on it. Let's put water on it.
And there's also fishes, seahorses and dolphins and water and also grass.
Okay, if you have water on yours, I think it's going to go in here. Try some with water.
I have water too.
I think yours is maybe that way, towards that big.
No, it looks like here.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Help it. You can help each other right there. Try there, Caitlin. Try there. That's all right. Try it right there, Caitlin. See? No, she's right. It goes right there. Let's push it that way. You get another piece. There we go. We're building it from the bottom up is the way it has to work. Oh, okay. Oh, hey, very good.
I chose you.
That's spotting it, Xander. Good job.
Where does this go? I know.
You're right. That's the place. Let me see if I can find some more with water on it here. Here, if you lost your piece, there's some more water.
I know the answer.
Ooh, you think there's a boat in this? Let's hold on here. More water. Let's finish the water. Who else has water? Christian?
I have water.
Christian?
I have
Manika, you've got water. Come put it in there. You can put it in this place. Oh, wow. You guys have started on the boat already. Good for you. Oh, that's supposed to happen. That's all right. I knew that would do that. I knew that piece would go. There you go. Right up here. Okay, that's all the way to the top. Okay, now we still need to finish the water. How about yours, Christian? I think I gave you one with water. You guys need to back up. Let people take a look at the picture here for a moment. Okay, back on the stairs. Back on the steps behind you. Let everybody else see. Back on the stairs. Oh, Christian's got part of your big fish, I think. That's right, Christian. Yeah. Let's finish the bottom part. Good, thank you. Oh, and now, well, flip it around, I think. I think you're right. Okay, here you go, Christian. Now we're working on the boat. Get a piece with a boat on it. Let's see if we can finish the boat part. Okay? Take a look. Here's another one. Here's another boat part. Can you see where the building the boat? I think there's dark skies. You can help each other. That looks like the name of the boat. Now these are all going to wait till the very end because that's not the boat. We got to finish the boat. Okay.
If we find out where Darian goes, then we'll find out where mine goes.
Oh, very good. Well, where could that be, huh? Oh.
Then mine goes right here.
There you go. Okay.
This is hard.
We're still missing a part. Somebody's got a hold of another piece of the boat, huh? Yeah. It's kind of like, again, it's kind of like putting the puzzles together about Jesus. Sometimes you find all the pieces and then they just fall off the board for a while. Not yet. These aren't for the boat. Who's got the boat still? Any more for the boat? Uh-oh. Maybe I am holding on to some. Okay, here's the top of the boat. Here's the middle of the boat. Let's finish the boat. It's also called the ark. That's what that word is, right, Alice? You see that? A-R-K? Noah's ark. Oh, where do you think the sun would be? Up in the sky. Very good. Yeah, you've done puzzles before, haven't you? That's right. No, you're right there, Caitlin. So you looked at your piece. Okay, wait a minute. You asked about the sun. There you go. Oh, well, now here's an important part about puzzles. Let's all back up to the stairs again so that everybody in the audience can see. Okay, back up to the stairs again for a moment. You're all going to get to finish the top. Oh, okay. So was it about animals?
Yeah.
But more than that, huh? You will. Water. That's because our boat.
I also guessed God.
Well, it's a story from God's book, the Bible. Noah, that's right.
That's my pop.
You know somebody?
Yeah, his name Noah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I know someone named Noah too.
Okay. But if you just had your own little piece, you would never know this, right? You guys had to work together. We had to piece together the picture that God wanted us to see. And everybody did a little thinking. Things fell apart for a little while. Oh, yes. Okay, now take a guess. What do you think needs to go on the very top?
On the very top.
Because there's something else. There's something else besides the water and the boat. What else is there? Tell Lucas. He's got the microphone. Tell Lucas. What else is on this picture besides the water and the boat and the animals? Something you learned in kindergarten, I bet.
Letters.
Here's a clue. What letter is this?
A.
So what's...
ABC.
Alice. There you go. Yes, that's what it's about, too. The whole perimeter, the whole edge is the ABCs, okay? So, let's see here. You guys that are the closest here. Alice, you got the B. That's right. That gives you a little help, huh? Because you know the alphabet. That's how it works with Jesus. No, we got everybody else gets a turn, too. Caitlin? Yeah, let's go right down the line here. You guys will be next. A, B, C, what's next? You guys? D, yeah. See, some things we kind of know to help us. Yes. You'll get the very last one, okay? After ABCs, you just won't let go of that egg, huh? Our second guy was like that, too. He was always packing things around in his hand. He couldn't pick things up. Okay, last one. Where's one more piece? This is the last piece you get to do. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Okay, put it back there. Sometimes we lose track of Jesus and we got to find it again and put it back up. Okay, now back up so everybody can see the picture you made. And you made that by working together. You made that by looking at your piece. What else did you do? Lucas? Alice has something to say. How did you make the picture? Tell Lucas on the microphone.
With your hand?
With your hands. That was a good one. That's a joke. You made it with your hands. Okay. What did you have to do with your brain, though? Yeah, think about it. If all you had was your own little piece, would you finish the puzzle? No, you needed other people to help you finish the puzzle, right? Jesus will keep showing up and help us finish our puzzle. See, that's what... let's don't lose our bottom there. Very good. Very good. Okay. Well, thank you for your help. And here's one last thing. You get to go outside and make a lot of noise. You want to do that? Anybody like to make noise? Well, but this is a happy noise that is okay. And your mom and dad will be okay with it. And I'm certainly okay with it. And we don't use it enough. And it's something that Dan Lowen put up on our front wall. And you may not even know it's out there. But a bell. We have a bell hanging there. And it takes a special hook to... Yes, because why are we ringing the bell? Why especially today? Yes, it's Easter. Jesus rose from the dead. Yay. Because that's the last thing they did, is when they learned...
Can you tell us what these tattoos mean?
Oh, the tattoos are part of how you remember the story today. You have things that have... Hold on here. Let's let your mom and dad help. Gabe, you want to come up here and help? Because you're going to need help, and you'll take turns, and all the parents can go out there if you want to get a picture of your kid ringing the bell. But we're going to make... You make all the noise on the bell that you want, okay? All right? I think they'll like this, huh?
Yeah, where's this bell?
Oh, somebody who knows where the bell is? A parent here? See, Gabriel's new here. He doesn't even know where the bell is yet. Go out on the walkway. The kids will show you where the bell is. Carmina will show you. Okay, go ring the bell. So they're doing the last thing in your book, in your story of Luke, right? Is once they all realize this, here it is, it's very short. Jesus led them out of the city over to Bethany. Raising his hands, he blessed them. While blessing them, he took his leave, being carried up to heaven. And they were on their knees worshiping him. And they returned to Jerusalem, bursting with joy. They spent all their time in the temple praising God. Yes. So it's natural that once you've realized who Jesus is, that you tell people about it. It just comes out of you. It comes out of you naturally. And just like the kids wanted to go out there and ring the bell. I didn't have to bribe any of the kids to go ring the bell. It's joy in itself, right? So that's the same thing that God does for us. To tell somebody about Jesus that has been, who doesn't have the puzzle put together yet or is struggling with something is such a wonderful thing. And that's what it takes, too. That's what I was trying to get the kids to show us here, is that one kid can't just solve it all. You got to have your own piece and add it to other pieces. And piece by piece, Jesus keeps updating us because he's drawing us to him. He's drawing us. Whatever has happened in your life, in my life, it's all meant about him, us being able to go, oh, that's what Easter's for. That's what it's about. It's about me and Jesus. It's about Jesus. It's all about Jesus wanting to know us and walk with us. There we go. Good, good. So let's pray. God, thank you for children. Thank you for reminding us that we learn so much from listening to them and the simplicity of their thought, and that you don't need theologians, you don't need geniuses to figure everything out about who you are. You just need open hearts, whether we're long time with you or brand new. We just need an open heart all the time, like children, that we'd receive this Easter as something that is meant to be for us. It's a personal thing, even though it's the biggest, most important day of human history, really, that you conquered death. You open that door from this life to the next, which we all get to enjoy and benefit from. And we want all of our neighbors to benefit from it too. So help us to ring the bell. Help us to take every opportunity to tactfully, carefully, but lovingly talk about who you are to us, what you have done for us. In Jesus' name, amen.